Hello, everybody, and welcome to hopefully, maybe the last Ghoulie slash Dead Winger stream. I'm joined by Chase. Hello, Chase.
Hello, Nemo.
Hello, hello. Let me copy both links today, since I was told to copy both links in the Discord. So announcements. Let's see, probably the last stream. I have my mic in the way, so it's kind of complicated to type.
Oh wow, Emperor Cheese is here already. Hello.
Wow. I guess he doesn't realize that either. Not used to. Click, click.
Click, click, click.
All right, a few things I want to fix first. Let me go back to this layer. This thing sucks, so let me fix it. This needs to be like this. And adjust it to be a little different. Maybe get rid of this. Yeah. Then maybe something like this. So, for everybody who wasn't there, Chase finished Jade Cocoon yesterday in yesterday's stream, which was really cool. I suggest you check out his VOD eventually at Industrial Media Magic, both YouTube and Twitch, because it was a really nice ending. I had expected to see what we saw, but it was nice nonetheless.
Yeah, if you have two brain cells, it wasn't hard to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, if you know anything about storytelling, and you're used to reading a lot, probably to be expected.
I thought it was nice though. I did like the
nice,
little song that happens at the end.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. Nice ideas, nice game. Too bad it didn't take off as other games, honestly.
I want to see Chase do more old school games.
Dino Crisis.
Actually, that's actually what I mostly stream, except for the occasional modern game.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do Duel Masters next, or something else? Or nothing?
I was thinking about it. Yeah, I mean the thing about Duel Masters is it's not like a story game, so yeah, I'd probably just play and just do random matches. That kind
Makes
of thing.
sense.
That'd probably be a good choice for the 1 hour stream I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Yeah. You're starting to have a schedule. Careful. You don't want to create expectation.
Oh yeah, my 3 hours a week of streaming.
I mean, I don't know if it's enough to get the affiliation. Not sure.
It is.
It is?
Yeah, affiliation is just like what? 8 hours, right?
8 hours total? I don't know about weekly, honestly.
I think it's monthly.
Monthly, okay. Not too bad.
Let me see. Yeah, just stream for 8 hours, and I've actually hit 3 of the 4 affiliate.
Okay, so just the number, I guess, of followers.
Yes,
watchers.
Stream for 8 hours, and I have 11.6. Stream on 7 different days. I've got 8. Average of 3 viewers. I've had an average of 3 viewers, so I just need followers, and I've hit affiliate status without any real effort on my part.
I mean, I didn't really make as many efforts either. Just being here, being as consistent as I could.
Unfortunately, getting the followers is the hardest part.
It is. It really is. I mean, unless you're streaming hot tub stuff, in which case it's probably easy.
I am not a sexy girl, so.
Oh, you could be. Oh, I mean, I've seen guys that do like sleeping streams. I'm not kidding. They were on the homepage. They were just there and they were sleeping. And there
Oh
was this like
yeah,
super fat guy, like super fat, and he was just sleeping.
I've seen that with like some people do studying streams where they're like studying for a test or
Also,
something, and they
yeah,
just fall asleep.
I don't know. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I've never been, so probably not. Probably gonna pass. Oh, Keys, when are you gonna stream? Are you gonna stream actually at some point? Because I'm not sure. You said that you want to stream Minecraft, but you never played it, or you don't have it, something like that. So I don't know if you actually want. It's something you're thinking about doing, or it's something you will do.
Hey, Fiddle, how's it going?
Hey, Fiddle, done with work this week? Was it like I believe? Oh no, that face doesn't promise anything good. I guess. What happened,
Yeah.
Fiddle? What happened? If you want to share with us, if you want to share your pain, like I always share my pain, or like
My
I always
girlfriend
am a pain.
my girlfriend ditched me, so now I am
Oh,
joining here.
I'm sorry. Or well, I guess it depends on the girlfriend, though. I don't know what to say.
Depends on what you mean by ditched.
Right.
She just left you behind, or I hope she didn't break up with you. Not ditched it, she just
Oh.
call. Oh,
Ah,
okay.
okay. Oh, they always do that. That's common. That's very common. I don't think there is anything to worry about. Women are more tend to be very
Fickle.
yeah. I was about to say
Yeah.
something else, but also that, yeah.
I was and Nemo's gonna laugh at this, but I was talking to an Asian girl, and she would like call me without letting me know that she was calling me, and then sometimes she would actually just hang up without even saying goodbye, like out of nowhere.
Was she
So I don't know if
Japanese?
that's a common experience. She wasn't Japanese, no.
No? Okay, I guess it's something they do in Asia then.
Yeah, but I didn't know if that was like your experience as well, that they would just call out of nowhere and then hang up
Oh,
randomly.
okay. You went away for 30 seconds and just came back to no one being there. I mean, maybe your phone died or something then. Could happen. It does happen sometimes also. So
Yes, I should tell Chase about my experience. Well, please do.
please. Tell Dr. Chase. Is it like what? Dr. Strangelove or something?
Dr. Strangelove isn't a relationship doctor, ironically. I know what you mean.
It was a joke here about Dr. Strangelove. It used to be back in. There was actually a TV show. It was called Doctor Strangelove, actually, and it was a relationship advice type of thing.
Mm.
It was a local thing. I don't think you had it there.
No, but I mean, the movie is incredible. It's hilarious.
I haven't even watched it.
Even to this day. And it's like a movie from 1964.
That's why I didn't watch it. I don't watch a lot of old stuff.
Although it might, if you watched it, it might be lost on you because it's kind of like a satire of the Cold War. So I don't know how much that really means to you if you're not American or Russian, but
I guess. I think I'll be able to finish the cocky thing It's freaking hard to color it. I don't think I'll finish mine either because I got a batch of work to do between tomorrow and Saturday, so I don't know if I will be able to finish it. I might do a black and white if I can work on it. I'm not even sure about that because things, need to be delivered. I know it's a horrible example of lead by example, but it was a shitty week. So
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna give an entry either. I'm having a
I'm
hard time.
I'm thinking maybe it's gonna be 1 month next time. Like it's gonna start on October 1st, and it's gonna be for the whole month, because that way people do not feel like exasperated about it. Like it's probably also a too big of a commitment to do it in 2 weeks for some people, and I physically can't do it every time because of work. So I would like to at least give people some example by doing it, but it looks like I will have a little less time. So I'm probably gonna do it monthly, which should ease the things, like the whole thing for a lot of people who want to participate. Probably, hopefully.
But what I was saying, Nemo, you're also aware of how this has to be an Asian thing. They disappear out of nowhere. That's my experience too.
They appear and disappear. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was Japanese. Then also speaking with cheese, I figured out it was apparently an Asian thing. Like very awkward way to
Yeah,
deal
I
with
think it's
people.
just a cultural thing. I mean, that that's actually considered kind of rude in America,
It's
is to
very
just like
rude. Very
to like not say goodbye when a phone call is ending, or not even letting someone know if you're gonna call them.
rude. Yeah, that many other things actually, but yeah,
Yeah,
they do it in person too. I've had people just leave without saying anything. I was there, so it's not nice. It's super rude. So yeah, I don't know. They have strange social norms, I guess. Very strange. But it looks like every time I can open my mouth, I'm about to bash on Japan or something. So I have to break this vicious cycle. Otherwise, people are gonna think I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. Oh, maybe I am, but not so much.
You sent me pictures. We talked, even commented on seeing each other and gone, and this happened 2 or 3 times. I wouldn't take it personally. That just seems to be something that they do.
Yeah, that's what's not so smart people do anyway. Overall, probably all over the world. I wouldn't think as smart a person with a brain does something like that. Apart from social norms.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's also kind of what Nemo was saying. I think I don't want to generalize too much on a public stream, but I do feel that Asian people tend to be a little more socially awkward as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
something. I mean, even if you go to their native countries, that's just how they
Oh,
typically
that's
act.
very awkward. Like even between them, they do all sorts of things and get upset because of this. And there's a certain like fixation on doing things or thinking that things can only be done in one way, and so they tend to get upset over it, but they don't say it because conventions. So, well, it's like going to the moon, except it's not the moon. It's not as fancy and as fun to jump.
One thing I do like is the social discretion. I mean, I agree to a certain extent, but they sometimes take it a little too
It depends
far.
on what you mean by discretion. What do you mean with discretion? Because I don't think you and them mean the same thing. Because I also like discretion, but I didn't get any discretion there. Like none. Uh, just no. It's just hypocrisy. It's not discretion, and I don't like that personally.
And while I'm like a big fan of not doing things outrageous in public, but I also think that in general they tend to not want to socially intervene in things too, and there are instances where that's also a bad thing.
Well, like usually just not taking responsibility for things or not going even slightly outside of their field of knowledge, like even trying. When we're keeping personal matters within each other, no, the point is that they're not able to convey them to anybody. That is the issue. It's not taught to them to express themselves, express like in a mature way issues. Like, okay, I've got an issue with you. I'm going to tell you in a mature way so that we can discuss about it and eventually solve the problem. That is not a thing. At least for my own experience, it is not a thing. So more often than not, you end up in a situation where people get very angry at each other, but they don't know. So, relationship support? No. No, it's not.
I was watching a video
Yeah.
the other day, and there's lots of videos like this of. It was in China, and this guy like was with his girlfriend in public, and they were getting into an argument, and so he went over to her side of the car and grabbed her by the hair and pulled her out.
Oh, Jesus.
And was like starting to beat the crap out of her, right? And other people were just standing there watching, and like nobody was getting involved to intervene or help her. And that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Nobody even did that. They were just standing there gawking, and then other people were just like walking by, moving on. And that's like a big thing there is people just do not like to intervene or get involved. Whereas where I live, something like that wouldn't fly. Like you would not be able to beat your girlfriend in public.
Yeah. I mean, depending on the people involved, they would at least call the police. Obviously, if it's like a big guy with a metal fist or something, probably gonna call the police instead of getting punched in the face, or a gun. But yeah, I mean, intervening is like duty, I would say. But yeah, I heard that happens in Asia, sadly.
Yeah, so geez, I'm not defending Western women at all. Trust me, Nemo and I were talking yesterday about the state of Western women. But I'm saying that like there doesn't have to be like two extremes. You can strike a balance between discretion and also not, being a weirdo in public.
Yeah.
But people seem to have lost that idea of a balanced nature, so I don't know.
Yeah, balance is really not a thing nowadays. Sadly, it doesn't appear to be. If anything, I see extremes everywhere I look. I wonder if it's the internet causing that, like, social awkwardness, because people tend to have most of their relationships via internet nowadays. Although I do not consider myself socially awkward, and I spend a lot of time, sadly, on the internet. In fact, I was weird because when I was like before I met my wife, and when I met my wife with my wife, talking online, I was always treating the conversation like if I were in person. Like there is no difference for me. So if I leave, I'm gonna tell you that I leave. But this seems to have like disappeared. Like nobody does that anymore. So it's like completely normal to be talking about something and just the other person vanishes without saying anything. Even if it's like, it's not like a message and then another message. It's like we're talking now and one leaves. And that's considered normal. It's not normal for me. But I guess it's just me.
Well, I mean, you correctly identify that there's kind of a difference between the internet and real life.
Yeah.
some people don't get that, so like people will share really dumb opinions online and get tons of upvotes or likes, and then it's like in the real world nobody really thinks like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thought process when I sent you that thing yesterday. I'm like, okay, this gets tons of likes, but nobody in the real world would actually say this or think this way.
Yeah, like why?
It's just like this is
I
like
don't
an
know.
internet echo chamber thing.
Yeah, I simply did not. I try to be coherent. I try to behave the same way as much as possible. So if I get into an argument online, you can be pretty sure I would have gotten into the same argument in person. Uh, Otherwise, no. I can't not to have different behaviors just because it's how I always approached it. In the old MSN Messenger days, I was always just acting as if I were in person, and that was mostly normal, I guess, because everybody had you had to have a computer to use that, and so you were supposed to be there. And it's if you leave, it's not like you're doing something else. You're not. I guess I got used to it, and so that's why I think this way. But the whole leaving all of a sudden while having a conversation is very weird, and I don't think it should be socially accepted. So again, I want to stress I'm not talking about sending a message, because the line is very blurry nowadays. So you don't know what's message, what's actual conversation. It's kind of hard to tell. But it was a thing, and now it's like, well, I cannot distinguish two things anymore, so what should I do now? Probably always tell someone if you're having an involved conversation that you're about to leave.
Yeah. I mean, guys, when Nemo and I are actually done with these streams, we talk for a little bit, and then we actually say goodbye to each other.
Yeah.
Just because that seems like a courteous thing to do.
It's normal. I don't know. I grew up that way, I guess, so... But I'm losing the chat. Where did we stop? What's the last thing that we read? The hard part, psycho chicks out there. I mean, if you go away from relationship sexist things, I feel like a lot of people don't give shit about other people. If they see things, let's just pull up our phone and film it for views. Yeah, but I think it's a distortion of perceived reality that's being caused by the excessive use of internet and social media. It's kind of the continuous and Chase is obviously a better guy to talk about this, because it's also about his job. But the continual exposure to things that are very extreme in any sense, it's going to how do you say that? Desensitize you? Yeah, desensitize you. So, and it is a thing, and it's being studied, and it is widely recognized that it is a thing. So there is that. I think people are seeing too much violence through media and are getting kind of used to it. So that's why at some point they think it's just... I'm not talking about video games. It's just, a common thing at that point. So it's like, oh yeah, let's film it. Like, no way. This is not something you have to film. I mean, maybe you can do that also, but that's a very strange thing to do. But
well,
take away internet. That's very strange to do.
I find it to be fairly disturbing too that people talk about like surveillance states and whatnot in terms of the government, but I mean, the population itself is doing the surveillance at this point. People are documenting everything. The government doesn't even need to do it anymore, because people themselves are filming every single thing. And that's the thing, not everything deserves to be filmed. And I think it's very strange how people will take everyday incidents and then film them and put it online. Somebody is having a bad day and they get filmed doing a rant in a store or at a restaurant or something.
Yeah, it's gonna chase them forever.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't agree with that. I don't think that you should take somebody who's having a bad day and then try to ruin their life over it. That's
That's actually very
Absolutely.
bad.
It happened some years ago because of a certain election and because there was a person who years before had like 10 years before posted a comment thanking another person about going to their shop, just customer service, I guess. And the hatred that person received, it's like, come on, seriously. That's also why I forbade my wife from posting my kids' photos online. I don't want to put my life or my kids' life online. It's just not other people's business. So it's toxic. I don't like it. I've never
Yeah.
done it. So sad
Yeah, I do
times.
not understand the obsession with documenting what you're doing and everything you're doing at all times, and it gets really bad. I mean, like at some point, you don't even have a mystery with a person anymore. Like especially with those women on Instagram who post like every single meal that they eat and what they're doing at all times, and then they
Yeah.
get surprised that some guy has figured out where they are and they're stalking them. It's like
Right.
you shouldn't do that. I'm not blaming them, but also you shouldn't be documenting every part of your life because that makes it more easy to discern where you are and what you're doing, and there's a lot of bad people out there who will take advantage of that.
Yeah. Privacy is really not a thing anymore. Probably every scam call center and their dog have my number at this point, but with all the websites I have to register my info. So even without me going spamming my photos, like my naked photos on my Instagram. I mean, I have seen developers whose social accounts have nothing to do with their job. Just I don't know, they just post like their topless photos, just cause. It's like, why would you do that? I mean, I understand if you use social media. The only reason why I use social media is for marketing, basically, or sharing my art stuff. But why do you advertise your own personal social account on your like coding YouTube videos? What's the point? You have lack of self-esteem or something? Like, I don't see the reason for it.
It's also a good way for people that don't like you to find something about you that they
Oh.
find controversial.
Oh, they
and
will. They will.
Then get a hate mob after you.
Yeah. And you can say the smallest thing that people do not like. Like if I were to so this is a thing that actually happened to me. But first, wait. Yeah, even saying the wrong word can destroy your life. That's right. Classical online activism. Also, it's like those vloggers who basically put their kids as frontiers of their channels, basically documenting them and just filming them doing whatever, just very dumb. Yeah. And so this is something that happened to me. I happened to use a throwaway account when I did this, but since I mentioned Reddit yesterday, I also went on Reddit once to ask for advice and a different thing, and not exactly a rant, but a little bit. And I've had the ugliest number of comments about me being a horrible person that I've ever received in my life. And I was not replying like angrily. I was more like trolling at that point because it's like, oh dude, you're seriously taking so much time of your life to write something like that to a stranger. And imagine if I had done that with my public account, like with my creature design account, like people would have like you can find just one person. One person is enough. One asshole who's gonna go online and spam about you saying some things that they don't like, oh, look at what a horrible person this guy is, and then it's done because you're gonna have the mob, the huge mob, just attacking you every day for anything you say. So it's very annoying.
Cheese is correct. Your first mistake is getting advice on Reddit because
Yeah, I was not even, but I had to. I was in a foreign country and I didn't know how to do something, so I didn't know where else or who else to ask. It was then I didn't know Reddit back then. I had no idea what I was getting into, but I was wise enough to use a throwaway account. So
Yeah, you don't go to Reddit to get like really good critiques or genuine discussions about what you could do to improve your design. You go there to get words of affirmation, and if anyone falls out of line, they get destroyed. So that's the purpose of Reddit.
Yeah, pretty much. Wish I had known that before doing that.
You go to Yahoo Answers, and unironically, you might get better advice from Yahoo Answers than Reddit.
Probably. Yeah, or Quora. I don't know. Sometimes I have seen some okay advice there, so I don't know if it was me being lucky. Certainly better than Reddit. Reddit is a hellhole. But yeah, again, it's just social media is really ruining human interactions, even just for the fact that everybody's always constantly looking at their phones when they go to the bathroom, when they drive. It's okay, because back in the days when I got my license, it was like completely, there was no, I don't think there was much of a smartphone thing going around yet. It was 2008, probably, yeah, 2008. And so it was mandatory to not use your phone in the car. They were very anal about it. I understand why, obviously. But nowadays, it's like it's fine. I'm going to use my phone in the car. It's okay. I'm going to be on Twitter for the whole time I'm driving, and nobody's going to complain. It's not even enforced, at least not here. I don't know. Too much social media, really.
It has also destroyed the concept of boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries are not a thing anymore. I mean, it's also because people do not care. Like they physically remove them for themselves, and then they wonder why people, like you said, they know where they eat or what they do, and they find them. It's to be expected, I guess.
Well, there's nothing like having an OnlyFans model tell you that you're boring and insecure for not letting your girlfriend do OnlyFans. So
yeah,
there couldn't be any other reason for that.
Absolutely. Oh, Jesus, to retake driving test. Why?
How'd you fail your exam?
Or maybe you didn't drive for so long and you had your license, I don't know, suspended or something? I didn't have to do it. So when I went to the same country I always mention, I had to switch my license to Japanese, obviously. And I didn't have to do anything apart from signing some documents and things. But then 2 years later, I had to go to the driving center to watch a documentary about the safety at the wheel, like when you're driving. But I didn't have to take any test. So I don't know why one would have to do it. Oh, it's expired. Oh, okay.
Since I use public transportation, I forgot to renew it. Okay.
Makes sense then. No,
I like that I got a mail from my job. Asked me what I would like to work with within one of the new schools they partner
with. Jefferson Santos. I probably did it on YouTube. I think the subscribe thing comes from YouTube now. Because yesterday's one was from YouTube, as I had thought. So, hello, and feel free to join the chat if you want. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was reading Fiddle's chat. Then says something like, "Thank you for being interesting to work at this school again. What school is this? They never mentioned a name."
That's mysterious, I guess. Mysterious. Let's start with the color. I'm probably gonna need until tomorrow to finish it completely.
Yeah, geez, I got my driving license when I was 17. I actually failed the test the first time and then
Oh,
I got it the second time.
like how does it work there? Do you have? I guess you have both writing or studying tests and practical tests, or not?
You have to attend sessions before you actually take the driving test.
Uh huh.
There's not like really a written test. It's mostly you
Oh,
sit there and watch videos and things like
okay.
that. And then yeah, you take the driving test, which you have to base. For me, it was basically you had to show that you could parallel park, which I've never done in real life, I don't think, but I had to do it for the test
I
anyway.
had as well.
And then and then you do like just a driving section after that.
Okay. Yeah, I had a very anal examinator. I took mine.
Me too.
Uh, like usually, if you're lucky enough, you just drive a little bit and that's it. But I had to do parallel parking and also from the back, so it was pretty annoying. I don't think I failed it. No, I didn't fail it, probably. But I had to do so many driving sessions before that because the I guess the instructor was annoyed by the fact that I was not very keen on following rules. So it was not like I was not driving dangerously, but I guess he didn't like the aggressive attitude I had. So also they earn more money if you do more sessions.
That is also true.
He just wanted to milk me a little bit. It was about how much is it there to get a license? I think mine was about $800 back then.
800?
Yeah,
Really? Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't that much here.
It varies obviously depending on how many sessions you do. I had to do a lot, like I don't know, 20 maybe,
Oh,
because this guy was
wow.
an asshole. Like really, he was like the worst instructor there. He was old and very annoying, and he was cursing all the time, like blaspheming all the time. So I was getting really upset with him.
Yeah, geez, I think mine was about the same. It was like $35 to $50, something like that.
Really, that cheap? Jesus.
Yeah.
No, here it's pretty expensive. Base color is gonna be red. It's kind of red. Yeah. Don't get that jersey reference. I wonder if it's okay to use the same color. Yeah.
The purple makes him think of Dr. Mundo from League of Legends. Is that right?
Uh, didn't play League of Legends, but could be. I'm using Chase's prompt here, so it doesn't have any
Yeah.
number, but I'm gonna leave it without numbers.
I went with purple instead of dark green. I guess if it was green, it would look like the Hulk, but
Probably. Forgot to add a color to the shade.
or it would look like She-Hulk, attorney at law.
Oh man.
Nemo's
Bad
favorite
thing.
show.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just not gonna do that. I was never a fan of the idea anyway. So whatever they did, I would have probably not watched it. They could have done anything, but the idea of She-Hulk never really. I never found it interesting.
I saw clips from the show, and that was enough for me to say no.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. Clips are usually enough. Trailers are enough. I only made an exception for the Rings of Power because I'm like, I wanna know what I'm talking about when I shut people up about it. Not shut people up, but
Yeah,
I will have an informed disagreement.
yeah.
So
Cheese. That scene is very cringe.
working, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I don't want to know. I guess.
There's a scene where Megan the Stallion shows up, and yeah, I think it's a post-credit scene, but they do twerk together, which is lovely. I don't even think. Does Nima know what that means?
Um, kinda. I'm not 100% sure.
It's just a dance that women do. The
It's a
the shake
little
their butt, the shake their butt dance, that kind of thing.
okay. Yeah, I went close. It was not exactly what I was thinking, but kind of. I was close. Very close. Pads. I guess pads are black.
Did you guys know that twerking is how gorillas indicate to their mates that they are in heat and are ready
I would
to
imagine
have
that.
babies?
I would imagine that.
That's not even joking, by the way.
Oh, I figured. I mean, um, it has that kind of connotation in the animal world. Anyway, I don't think gorillas are the only species that does that. Probably also other primates. And some birds, I think. Although it's obviously different. But it's that kind of thing. Obviously it needs to be different for birds, but they have something similar.
Well, with birds, it's more about their plumage. That's kind of their signal that, yeah, I'm a great mate.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about cardinals. So with cardinals, the females are kind of like a more grayish red color, so they're more dull looking. It's actually the male cardinals that are very bright and pretty looking.
Yeah,
And they kind
usually
of
it's
have to be.
males. Usually it is males.
Yeah,
Bird males, yeah, that are way more colorful because they need to mate. So,
right. That's what's aesthetically pleasing to their mates.
yeah.
so, so the males have to put in all the effort, and the females can do whatever.
Pretty much how it works for us too. uh,
I think that might be. I think that's true of peacocks too.
it is true of peacocks. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it is. Fairly sure, actually, it is. I think this is okay. I'm gonna change it later.
I do love peacocks. I went to a zoo when I was a kid, and there was just a peacock walking around the zoo, and I was just following it and taking, like, posing with
Oh,
them.
there was one in the San Diego Zoo when I went there. It was freely going around and climbing on top of buildings. Like they were low buildings, obviously, so I was just jumping and and at some point I found it on the roof of the building. It was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
they just let them walk around. I mean, they don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
anything. They're not gonna attack you.
No, I don't think so.
They should do that with other types of birds. Like they should just let shoebills walk around the zoo.
I was thinking about that when you said other birds. I'm like, yeah, try to let a shoebill run wild and see what happens.
Well, the funny thing is, shoebills don't mind humans. They actually hate other shoebills. That's why they can't keep them together.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it
two
was just
shoebills.
aggressive. Oh.
No, if two shoebills are in the same like area, they will actually like go after each other and try to kill one another. But they have no problem with humans.
Funny fact, I didn't even know about the existence of this bird until 4 years ago.
A lot of people don't actually.
Yeah, I thought at first when I saw it first, I thought, okay, this must be a joke, but it's not a joke.
No, They're extremely cool. Like, if you guys have never seen, go look up videos, especially of them making the noise that sounds like a machine gun when they clack their beaks.
It
It's like
is
crazy.
really, yeah, crazy. Crazy.
They are basically the modern dinosaur.
Kinda.
They have that look about them too.
They have the look. They do have the look.
They should let elephants roam the zoo. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. Free stomping. Or baboons. Or chimps.
Oh yeah,
So they can
let's
tear
let
people
the
apart
chimps
and tear
out.
each other apart, yeah. Man, they're so aggressive and violent.
Yeah, I don't really know what what kind of ethics people have when they keep chimpanzees as pets, and then you hear these stories about their chimpanzee pet attacking somebody and disfiguring them, and it's like, yeah, maybe that wasn't a
Yeah.
good idea, letting them have that.
Yeah, I'm not very in favor of keeping that kind of animal as a pet. Honestly.
I remember watching a video of this guy who was secretly keeping a tiger as a pet, and then it broke out, and there's just like a tiger walking down the streets in America, and people are like, "What
Oh,
the hell
nice.
is going on?" And it's like, "Yeah, I actually have a tiger pet, and I didn't disclose it, so I'm gonna go to jail now."
Well, yeah. Evidently, you're gonna have to. Sounds cool though. I would like to have a tiger as a pet, but probably not a good idea. Would be nice, but
I'll admit that I do look up like people with curious pets on YouTube. Like I saw this guy that keeps an alligator as a pet. Like he has his own room in his house where he has like a giant pool, and then the alligator is just in there, and he feeds it every day.
you gotta
He
be
like
filthy rich.
he grabs like a big thing of chicken and just throws it in the pond. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea that won't come back to bite him. Nope.
Uh,
It did.
Absolutely. You know, because the pets are just like human, they're gonna be thankful after they grow up. Sure. Or when they're hungry.
Well, you know, we keep geckos and bearded dragons as pets, and alligator's basically the same. So
Yeah, basically. Pretty much. Cannot disagree with that. Let's see if I can. Although I'm gonna use orange. Okay, it's a little harder of the contrast, but too bad. Oh,
I had bearded dragons. They're such wonderful creatures. Yeah, I love bearded dragons too.
I'm gonna use here. Probably gonna make this darker.
I went to the local pet shop one time, and they had a Jackson's chameleon, which are super cool. If you've never seen them, they have like the three horns on their head. So like little
Not
baby
sure.
Triceratops.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to take it out and hold it while it was climbing up my arm, and I'm like, man, I really want to take this home, but unfortunately I didn't.
I was fine with my African fat tail gecko.
I'm so bad at keeping pets though. Apart from cats. They're very independent. I was never able to keep so when I was in high school, I saw a schoolmate of mine who had one guinea pig. And so I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. He could play with her and it was pretty funny. So I'm like, hey, I want one too. And so I got one, and I don't know, 4 days later it died. It's like it committed suicide. I'm not sure because it broke his leg on the cage and then died. Just it started smelling like very bad and then died. In the next one I got, because I wanted another one, that one stayed and was very cheerful, was always cheering like when I was back from school. And then one day I came back and I heard nothing. It's like, what's going on? And I went to check in the living room and it was dead. Like choked probably with some food, I don't know. It's like, why do pets commit suicide when I get them?
Cheese actually might have an answer. He says, was the cage appropriate for the pet?
I bought it together, for the size of the animal. So yeah, I guess. But it was jumping around. For the first one, it was jumping around and it just got stuck in the cage. One of the legs got stuck in the cage. I actually saw that, and then it pulled. I tried to help, but it pulled until it broke. It was very obviously broken, by the way. It was very creepy. So, not lucky. They were like super nervous, like both of them anyway. Probably my fault. I don't know.
Yeah, geez. That's actually a big thing with people who have reptiles is they like them because they're cool, but they don't get them the proper setups with like the correct lighting and environmental conditions and things like that. Because when I had my African fat tail, I had a UV light over him, and then his terrarium, I made it half and half. So I had like sort of fake bark on one side, and then on the other, I had like the artificial sand that they can actually eat, and it won't clog up their systems or anything like that. But I was basically trying to recreate the conditions of the environment he would actually be in.
Understand? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He was a cool little gecko. He passed away a few years ago. He was about 9 or 10 years old when he finally passed away. Yeah, which is not bad for a gecko lifespan.
I could have one because we keep getting geckos here. I found I don't know a large number of geckos in my yard these months, so I could have just trapped one and used them as a pet, but I think they would probably feel better outside than in my not so good care.
Yeah, I wouldn't get a wild one either because you don't know. I mean, geckos like to roam around lawns and things like that. I don't know how big like pesticides are there, but they could be covered in things like that.
Oh, they're not. No, not here.
Okay.
No.
That was a thing here. That's why I had to go to the pet store to buy crickets because people were like, well, you should just take your gecko outside and let him feed on crickets. And I'm like, well, I can't do that because I don't know what kind of, toxins they might have on their bodies from being on lawns and things like that.
Yeah, right. That makes sense. Okay, metal nipples. Pseudo Wolverine. I guess it's the pseudo Wolverine. Then the stick. Okay, I could add some kind of design to the stick, but I will not. I'm lazy. Oh, I forgot. The purple skin here.
Yeah, Cheese. People actually really enjoyed watching me feed him crickets and things like that. I guess because people are morbid. But one of the things that was pretty interesting is that, I don't know if this is true for all geckos, but I know it's true for African fat tails, and I think leopards is, like, right before they strike, they shake their tail. So they do like this waving motion of the tail right before they go in to eat the cricket. And the reason why they do that is because in the wild, if they're like going up on prey and they're about to eat it, they shake their tail in case there's a predator behind them. So like imagine a snake is coming up and it's going to eat this gecko while the gecko is trying to get its own prey. Right. And so if like the snake grabs onto its tail, the gecko can actually shed its tail and run off while the snake is devouring the tail. It's a very interesting, mechanism that they have.
Didn't know that.
I could tell that my gecko, because I inherited him from somebody else who
Okay.
inherited him from somebody else, and I could tell that his gecko or his tail was not original. It seemed to be something that he grew after losing his original.
Okay.
It's based on the shape, the morphology of the tail.
That's very useful though. To
Yeah.
being able to shed parts of the body. Just run away. When someone grabs you by the arm and you just detach and run away.
Yeah, if any of you ever handle geckos, do not grab them by the tail. Please. It won't kill them, but they will probably get very scared and detach it and try to run away.
Okay, laces. Why do I call it strings? It's laces.
Yeah, pet feeding seems like people really get something out of it. I remember I went into a pet store and they were feeding a rat to a monitor. And after fighting with it for a minute, she yanked it out of his mouth and struck it and gave it to him. It was sad. Yeah, monitors are very cool. Especially if you've ever seen them Savannah monitors. I really love how they look.
Oh, this guy doesn't have knee pads. That's interesting. Why they had knee pads? Oh, because Chase's design hit them.
Well, you can take them off. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm gonna
It's
make
a
them white.
conflict. Yeah.
He's gonna use those as a weapon too, I guess. Oh, they're pads. Yeah, the same color. It's fine. Okay, white works, and then stick. This
One thing I love about these... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. It's fine.
I was going to say, one thing I love about these streams is how we go from, like, social discussions to doing our favorite reptile discussions.
Yeah. Oh, I can. It's kind of like that with me. I can talk about everything pretty much.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, no, 2 days ago, I was watching a video about neurotransmitters, and so I took some notes about acetylcholine and all that kind of stuff, epinephrine, blah blah. And so on. I wouldn't say I can talk a lot about it, but I can say some things about it, and the more I say about it, the more I learn. So I do like to have different types of conversations, I guess. So I'm buzzed. This... Oh, I'm gonna have to hide that. Okay. It's gonna be on top. Okay, let's do this then. This is gonna be on top. Is this supposed to be white? Yeah, let's make it white. But yeah, anyway, I can have all sorts of conversations.
Geez, I don't know if you ever answered. When were you planning to do your Minecraft stream?
Right. Yeah, I think you did. In the hair, oh, wait, I'm probably gonna, if I can get Arc, I'm gonna stream it tonight on the other channel for Italian people. Follow Italian people. That's gonna be white. I should probably call it white actually, but it's fine.
I don't have a date, but I was thinking it would depend who and when bros could join. Well, I mean, that's a little backwards. You should pick a date and then see if people can fit that into their
Yeah,
schedule.
basically. Like my only other time when I can be available is Fridays. I mean, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday around the time when Chase streams. Otherwise, I just can't. That's pretty much my availability. Unless it's earlier, but it's going to be very early morning for you, so I don't know if you want to do that. Because obviously, time zone.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a problem for me. Cheese and I are in the same time zone,
Yeah.
but it'd still be
That's
nice
right.
to have a time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, lots of layers. This turned out to be a pretty complicated dude. Not as easy as I thought it would be. Or, well, it's not exactly complicated, but it's got a lot of elements. There's a classic hockey stick color.
Yeah, it also depends on the day, Cheese, but 6 to 7 is doable for me.
PM?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will not be able to do it, fortunately. Too late at night. I take a shower and then go to sleep right after Chase's stream usually, or the 2-hour one. So
Yeah, Nemo has to try and get sleep at some point.
Hopefully, at some point I will. Because I don't know if it's because the room temperature is very. So the room I sleep in is kind of. It was not part of the original building. It was added later, and so it's got worse insulation. And I think the temperature difference between night and morning is significant. Well, evening, so it's warmer in the evening now, but it's also the opposite. Like, so it changes a few degrees, enough to be annoying. So if I go to sleep and I'm like fine, then I wake up at 5 and I'm freezing cold. So it's not great for that.
I think weekends, but art streams would be weekdays. Well, I could probably do it on Saturday. Sunday would be more questionable depending on how much work I get.
Where is that? He did on the base layer. That was dumb of me. Okay. Stick. I was dumb enough to make the bandage there on the base layers to fix it. There you go. Bandage. Mr. Ghoulie, Deadwinger Cloud. Yeah?
I was thinking for this batch of monsters you're doing for me right now, if you wanted to, you could make the last one the bear we were talking about. I mean, I don't have a concept for it, but it's just like a bear, and you could add your own flourishes to it to replace
just the bear?
Yeah, it's just like a bear monster.
Okay, like in addition to the ones that I'm doing now?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about adding something to the list, and we went through a couple
ideas. It's fine. Yeah, because we did we add the blood stinger thing? Yeah. Also, I think we did, right?
Well, I think that we were still talking about the design.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm cool with that. Like, I can do that too. You can add both. I'm working on the zebra one.
Yeah.
Almost finished. Probably gonna finish it. I was supposed to finish it today, but it didn't, so I'll finish it tomorrow.
Yeah, I just say that because we were talking about a couple designs that we could do, like that one, and also potentially like an actual Vycanaught enemy. But a lot of that stuff is still conceptual, and maybe just doing something simple like the bear would be fine.
That works. Yeah.
Although, if you wanted to make it more kind of like the wolf design that you did, where it's kind of like a wolf, but it has like those spikes and things like that. It
Just something to make it a little more interesting than a normal
Okay,
bear.
I'll make an owl bear.
Well,
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, the mask. Oh, so many layers. Mario would be like, oh, too many layers. Yeah, I'm adding a lot of layers. Way too many layers this time. But we get a lot of elements, and I would like to be able to customize. The only reason why I do this is not necessary. Like, you don't have to do this. I only do it because I want to make color variations of these monsters. And so, obviously, it's gonna be complicated if I have to redraw the whole thing, like repaint the whole thing every time. So this makes things a little easier. Okay,
like
have a
this.
good lunch, Cheese. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
have a good
guess.
lunch. Enjoy your kimchi.
Is he gonna eat kimchi again?
I like that his forehead looks like a power button. Is that symbol on
That
it?
is true. I did not notice, but it's fine. It's gonna stay at this point. It's fine. Here is gonna be, let's see, blonde, golden hair. No, I'm gonna change it. I just use gold for now. It's kind of stupid though, golden hair. And just because the skin is purple, so it's the complementary
Yeah.
color. It's
It
kind of
really does look like
stupid.
Fabio now.
Yeah, not yours truly though.
If you go up and press his forehead while you're fighting him, you instantly beat him because he shuts down.
Maybe, I don't know. Should I change the design thing there? I
No, I like it.
I didn't know it. I don't know. I just drew some random things. I didn't even think about it.
Well, I was just looking at it and I'm like, that looks familiar to me.
Yeah, I was thinking like this tells me something. I don't know if it's like an emoji or, but no, it's not emoji. It's it's the freaking. Oh no, not here. It's the freaking power button. It's okay. It's also a little. Oh, come on, blonde hair. Maybe not. White hair. No. Let's see. It's just the black hair seems so cliche.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the white hair, like, that might look cool, but it does blend into the mask a little too much.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that part. Because we already have the black shoulder pads, let's say, the fabric on the shoulders. So I don't know. I don't know.
Try a dark green.
Dark green. See, I think this jersey needs some extra colors though, like some kind of, maybe on the sleeves. We'll see. Let's try dark green. Maybe just make them purple like the skin. Could they blend in a little too much with the... Oh yeah, okay.
Actually, yeah, the bluish dark purple thing, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave them. It's not too bad. So let's add some decorations to this. Also on the boots. One boot. Let's see. So I'm looking at the actual devils. Maybe I can add something here. Oh, not that part there. Something like a different stripe, differently colored stripe. Otherwise, it just looks like a sad jersey. I mean, even the Final Fantasy VIII one had some more colors, so this one has no numbers, nothing. It's like completely anonymous. Show about this. And then it's gonna have another black stripe maybe. But yeah, the jersey kind of begs for another color there. Like to have some kind of text or something. What do you think, Chase? Yeah, it's a little empty, a little too empty probably.
I'd have to look at the jersey again, but maybe you could do like a white stripe around the midsection too.
It would. Let's see. Here.
Like right around where his stomach might be.
Or a circle.
Yeah.
Like a target. Target. Okay, it's mixing together. And Target is actually there. So it's a subtle sponsor. Target. It's like an inverse Japanese flag. Probably don't want to do that. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about this. No, maybe the stripe idea is better. So let's see, I'm just gonna make it this way and then I'll crook it a little bit. Yeah, probably just a stripe is fine. You have to crook it a little bit here because there are all these folds and creases. So it's not too complicated, just random stuff like this. Yeah, it's not too bad. Maybe I can. Yeah.
Let me ask you about something you just mentioned. So I saw like this. Well, this was a while back, but this company made a shirt, and the shirt had like a rising sun flag depicted on it, and people said they should take it down because that's extremely offensive to Japanese. Is that how they see it?
Why?
There?
No. Why?
I'm not talking about the one that's just the dot. I'm talking about the one that has like the spokes.
Oh, the Imperial one? Oh, I don't think it's offensive. I've never been told so.
Okay, because some people were saying that like that is like a big no-no in Japan.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask because I have no idea, honestly. Genuinely no idea. So probably better to ask before I say something stupid, like always. Or like sometimes. Not always, sometimes. Okay, I think the hockey oh, there. Some random colors in the stick.
Yeah, I agree, Fiddle. I like this.
Thank you, everybody. It's not too bad. It's gonna look a little better with the shine on top. Okay, I'm gonna go random with the colors here. I'm not gonna add text or anything. It's not gonna be readable anyway. So just I don't know. Let's add some random colors. Maybe not so much. It's so random. Green and blue. It doesn't make much sense, but I guess
Green Blue. The new sequel to Grand Blue. Green Blue.
Green Blue. Yeah. It's not. Oh, Grand. Oh, you know what? I just noticed that it's called Grand Blue, and one of the characters is named Gran.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just noticed it now. Like, wait a second. Is it called Gran because of Grand Blue? That would be stupid. Okay, just something like this. I don't know. I want to add some color. I'm probably going to leave it like this. Or I will remove them altogether. I don't know. I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever for a hockey stick.
Yeah, they're pretty wild anyway. This is decorations, right? Yeah. Decks. Then we're going to add a dark one on the... Man, it's true. I got layers. pads, the same color of the pads. I'm gonna take the pads and fill some areas here. And then the decorations at the bottom here. This is fine. And also, let's see, do I add another? Let's see if I'm gonna add another stripe like this. Nah, it's too much. Probably too much. I'm gonna add some around here though. Maybe I can make. I don't know. I can make like a design here like this, and it's gonna be black. Yeah. Yeah. Not too bad. Well. Oops. On the oh no, not on the white. See, when you start using one layer, it becomes a little annoying to do. And I hope I will not regret you doing the black and the white on the same layer now. Because I might. I might as well regret it. Okay, something like this. There you go. Not too bad.
Okay, I downloaded Ark Survival Evolved.
Okay, so it's free now. Alright, I'm gonna do it as soon as
Yeah,
I
it
finish
is.
streaming. There's something left here. Do I want to add... Oh, I can't do it anyway. Do I want to add something here? No, I want to add something. Goddamn, I couldn't do it here. Yeah, I want to do more than one color there. What if I erase it? Oh, it's gonna be red. Perfect.
Ooh, some of these dragon designs are really cool.
Yeah, I figured they have dragons as well, not just dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of having to survive in a world with dinosaurs, although it's not horror. It seems interesting. Oh, I hope that red doesn't grab too much attention. Might be. It is actually. Holy cow. No, nothing. I don't want the eye to go there. So this is another. I wouldn't call it pro tip, but it's a tip. Do not draw attention away from your point of interest. In this case, face / hockey stick / blade, because it's obviously it's a pointy shape that's out of nowhere, so it's gonna attract attention. So don't do that. If I had the red here, it's just attracting too much attention down there. So it's not a good idea to do that. I still want to add some sort of difference here.
Oh, Fiddle, I didn't realize you played Ark too.
Oh, you did? Yeah, this would be my first playthrough, so...
Same, I'm not that familiar with it.
Me? No.
But it is
no.
free.
I played a sort of a demo or something like that, like a limited version, 2016, I think. Yeah, 2016. That was pretty much it. My computer could not handle it back then anyway. It was a pretty cheap one. And now I've got an RTX 3060, which is like, hey, it's just a 3060, man. It's okay, yeah, but it's a 3060.
Still quite powerful.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Oh my gosh, on that note, I saw they were showing off some of the new ones that are coming out this year.
Yeah.
The prices and the PSU usage are insane on them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they took them down a notch because they were supposed to, the 4090 was supposed to drain 800 watts, which is insane. That's like my whole computer. My 3060 draws 170 at peak performance, which is a lot still. I mean, it's just one thing. So, yay, environment, right? No, and the price is insane. It's 1,500 for what, the 30? Is it the 4090? That's a computer. That is a computer price. So,
yeah,
not a fan.
I mean, I still am using my RX 5700 XT, and it.
That's a little better than the one I had.
Yeah.
Still. Oh, my phone reminds me that I would have to stop streaming, and I guess I will. So, we're pretty much done with the color. Tomorrow we're gonna finish it. I'm gonna leave the wacky colors here on the handle of the stick because it's not a handle; it's just a stick, because reasons. And the rest is fine. Yeah, the boot is kind of underdeveloped a little bit, but I don't care. Because the center of interest is here around the face, so it's fine. And the skate, it's not exactly a skate. I mean, it's a blade. Basically, it's fine. Oh, you got your GPU for 190. Okay,
That's not too
reasonable.
bad.
Mine was 450. The 36.
Same.
So, which is still high. You could have got a pretty decent card with that amount of money in 2016 when I bought the other, which I did. Anyway, so we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue tomorrow with the finish for the Dead Winger Ghoulie. And until then, you guys have a good one.